So, what are your plans for the holidays? The current question people are asking every colleague, client, customer, direct report, manager, barista, and bartender at this time of year, right? And there's nothing wrong with this question. I mean, I ask people this question all the time. The problem is that most people miss the chance to connect with others in a meaningful way when they ask that question. And in this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to take the conversation so much further when you ask someone about their holiday plans. Now, before I do that, if you don't know who I am, my name is Stuart Knight, and I am the founder of the Human Connection Group, and I help organizations take their relationships to the next level. So, let me show you how to do that right now. For starters, I want to get you thinking about whether you can ask the same question about the holidays in a completely different way. Because when we change the questions, we change the answers, which changes the connection. So instead of saying, so what are your plans over the holidays? What about saying something like, so what are you looking most forward to during the holidays? Or, so how are you going to treat yourself over the holidays? Or, so, what's the biggest holiday gift you've bought so far? You see, when you simply ask someone what their plans are for the holidays, you often set them up to give you a generic answer, which, in a moment, I am going to show you how to handle. But when you ask more specific questions, you increase the odds of getting specific answers. And when that person gives you a specific answer, it then becomes your opportunity to take that conversation to the next level. Oh, you're looking forward to hosting your family this year. That's cool. So what will be the biggest thing you all do together during that time? Oh, you're going to treat yourself to a day at the spa over the holidays. That's awesome. So how do you go about choosing which one you want to go to? Oh, you bought your son a racetrack. Oh my God, I bet you he's going to love that. Speaking of which, out of curiosity, when you look back at your own childhood, what would you say was the best present you remember getting as a kid? You see, what I'm saying here is that by asking a more pointed question, you get an answer that gives you more to work with. And when that happens, your job is to quickly ask a good question on the answer that person gives you. Now, this is actually something I teach in our online course called Tribe Certified. And if those of you who really want to level up in this area, you can check this out. But the point is that you have the power to take the conversation and the connection in any direction you choose based on the questions you choose to ask. So consider the idea of asking different questions than the ones everyone else is asking. Okay, now, let's take a look at what you can do with that question that so many of us do ask, myself included, which is to say, so what are your plans for the holidays? Again, I'm joking around here. There's nothing wrong with that question. What's most important is what you decide to do with the answer people give you. As I said earlier, most people are going to give you a generic answer to this question. They're going to say things like, oh, we're staying local and, we're just keeping things pretty quiet this year. Or they'll say something like, we're going to be jumping around between the usual list of houses and parties we've been invited to. Or, we don't really do much, a whole lot at this time of year, so we just kind of make it up as we go. And when people answer this way, the person who asked the question, they'll come back often and they're going to say things like, that sounds like fun. Or, oh yeah, that's pretty much the same for us. Or, oh, good for you. That's great. Sounds good. Sounds fun. Or, yeah, I hear you. Same for us. And the conversation ends there. But what if you decided to tap into that magical power we're all born with called giving a damn? Yes, where you actually show deeper interest in a person's life. It's one of the greatest gifts we can give someone, and it hardly takes any effort. All you have to do is just keep going with your questions. So instead of saying things like, that's great, or good for you, or yeah, I hear ya, try saying things like, oh, you're gonna just take it easy, huh? Okay, so how do you use your quiet time during the holiday season then? Or, oh, you're jumping around between parties, are you? So is there one that you look forward to the most? And if so, why that one? Or, oh, you're just gonna make it up as you go? Yeah, that's probably something I should do too. So, but though, is there anything specific that you'd like to see happen over the holidays for sure? You see, when you keep the conversation going by asking these kinds of questions, you make a person feel seen and heard and that they belong. You give them a chance to talk about things that matter to them the most. You let them tell their story. And this is something that your colleagues and clients and customers and suppliers and direct reports, friends and family rarely get the chance to do. And when you do that, you make those people feel interesting, intriguing, exciting, and important, and that they matter. And that's what true human connection looks like. And that is the best holiday gift ever.